Hey everyone, my name is Pary. I'm an electrical engineer, and today we're gonna watch epic rap battles of history, Thanos versus Oppenheimer. And I'm gonna just kind of break it down and talk about which part of the rap is like authentic, which part is like not so true, and just pretty much comment on like what actually happened with Oppenheimer and Thanos, and to just pretty much add some value to like the verses that they're rapping. Most people know who Thanos is and what he stands for because the movies were amazing that he was in, but a lot of people have pretty much forgotten about J. Robert Oppenheimer. Well, when I say forgotten, I mean like he's not as widespread a name as he used to be. J. Robert Oppenheimer is the father of the atomic bomb, and he worked in the Manhattan Project. He was a theoretical physicist and professor at UC Berkeley, but he was also known to collaborate with Einstein on a few projects as well.
Monstrous, with bars weighing on you harder than your haunting guilty conscience. I am Thanos, and I crush tracks like tesseracts in my palm. You're a pencil-pushing Terran who never learned to love his bomb. Seems you started off a chemist.
That part is absolutely true. Like, Oppenheimer wasn't actually trying to make a bomb. What he initially wanted to do was make nuclear energy like a widespread thing, but because he was alive during World War II, he pretty much, like, all of his inventions and knowledge went towards winning the war, which involved making the bomb. But to the day he died, he was guilty that he actually did it. There's very, very few times where theoretical physicists actually get to put into experiment, like, what all the theory is. Like, a lot of them today is like, okay, well, like, if, I don't know, dark binding gravity, like, look, the stuff that they're working on is so well beyond what's actually happening on Earth that it's not very practical to even think about. Like, they literally have to invent multiple dimensions to like prove their formula or prove their theorem of whatever they're working on. I'm not sure how he felt while he was developing the bomb itself. I don't know if he even realized he was working on a bomb, but he did see it go off, and he has a guilty conscience about it ever since until the day he died.
My daughter got a physical when I'm rapping. 6 infinity gems when I'm packing. Stick your tiny nuclear dick back into your pants, Dr. Manhattan. Hadron smashing all your atoms. Best not collide with me when I'm rhyming, cause you—
Wait, that was a dope bar. Like, actually, when he said like Dr. Manhattan, that was like that's actually a superhero, but I'm pretty sure it's like DC, a part of Watchmen. A lot of engineers and physicists, scientists in general, like especially the government is involved, they don't want you to know what they're working on until they're ready to release it to the public. Because if you said, hey, we're working on like the death atomic bomb project, a lot of people probably would not support it. But if you just call it the Manhattan Project, it's like, okay, I mean, I've heard of Manhattan, I know what a project is. Like, it sounds a lot more acceptable.
Possible to Tommy Yappy, you just don't have the stone. Apparently the only thing you're good at wrecking is a home. Cause you slept with your friend's wife right there in your friend's bed, then got another married girl pregnant. You should have gone for the head.
Holy crap, man. I don't know if like that stuff is actually true, but I can tell you that it's most likely not far off from what actually happened. People with that high level of intelligence often have like really strange sex lives, and even like Einstein has been documented saying that he missed deadlines and didn't attend meetings because he was busy getting it on. While he didn't want this to go public, like eventually everyone found out that Stephen Hawking actually used to frequent strip clubs. Like even while he was a professor and teaching, like he would often go to a strip club like a couple times a week. Oppenheimer like not doing so well in his like home life, it's consistent with not only the scientists at that time, but with people of really high intelligence levels in general.
Listening to you took everything I have left. After your raps, I am become deaf.
That's pretty creative, like the I am become deaf. It's also, let me say this, the way that they're showing Oppenheimer is exactly like, I love how they're doing it, because like the way that he's speaking and like the whole like visual effect of it is pretty much from that black and white video, like where he's famously quoted for saying like, I have become death, the destroyer of worlds. That exact quote, I have become death, the destroyer of worlds, comes from the Gita, which is the holy book for Hinduism. And after he, developed the atomic bomb and then he saw it go off, he never forgave himself, and he actually wanted to convert to Hinduism. If he was alive today, I would tell him like, look, it's a fun club. I've been a part of it my whole life, but there's a lot of weird people on this side too.
But came on looking so scary. secret, your own mother tried to make you a temporary. Meanwhile, I've mastered the atom more than any man alive. Now I'm here to split you like 2 and 3 from 5. I'm a peaceful man.
That is pretty like legit. Like the U-235 is uranium-235, and that's actually the material that they use to like start the whole nuclear fission process. The reason that they use uranium-235 is because it's a very large atom, and the whole process of nuclear fission involves like a helium, or I mean an alpha particle being launched at the large uranium atom, and then the uranium will slowly break apart and just keep on like disintegrating and breaking down into smaller and smaller atoms. And in that process of breaking down, every time it like becomes something new, it releases energy in the form of heat, and it breaks down a lot. So that's why the atomic bomb is so deadly. It's not just a large amount of like TNT or explosive that uses fuel, and then once the fuel is exterminated, like you're done. It's particle dismantlement at like the very, very fine nuclear level. I also didn't know that Thanos was born to Eternals, but I really can't wait for that movie to come out. Like, just come on, Marvel, just keep making movies. Just take all my money.
Wanna talk about death? How about the one that looked at you and swiped left? I'm the destroyer of worlds. You got your nuts handed to you by a squirrel, girl. We're in the end game now.
Most people who like know about Thanos and they know like the whole like story, right? Like he like wiped out like half of everything in the universe. The reason that he actually sought the Infinity Stones in the first place in the comic books was to court Death. And Death was a woman who Thanos was into, and she rejected him. He sought out the Infinity Stones and he killed like half of everything everywhere, and he went back to Death like, hey, like, do you love me now? And I'm pretty sure she rejected him even after that, so he spent the rest of his life as a farmer. Their production on these videos is incredible, and the amount of research they do is just unheard of. I can't find a YouTube channel that really like puts in the work like these guys do, just consistently releasing amazing content, and they just don't stop. There's so many amazing videos that these guys have produced. Every time they showed Oppenheimer, they showed him in like that really old tone, and it was kind of like the Oppenheimer from the black and white famous video. And if you look at the background of every time like he's rapping, you see like New Mexico, which is where they conducted the Trinity test, where they tested out the atomic bomb. And like it was just so cool how they added those extra details to it. And then with Thanos, like every time like he's back on screen, like whenever there's a flash, it's a new color of each Infinity Stone. So they like this whole video from like beginning to end was incredible. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you want me to watch any other epic rap battles of history, go ahead and let me know which ones in the comments down below. Thank you guys again. Stay fresh and stay golden.